Hi, this is Betsy from Cuttin Corners Vinyl in Nederland, Texas. Today we are going to finish up our fall pumpkin tutorial. I figured I would try to finish it before I had my surgery, which will be tomorrow. And then there will not be any post for me for probably about 2 weeks or so, because I will be healing. Now we're going to paint and glitter the letters. So this is just a piece of Oracal 651 that I've cut with the saying, "It's fall, y'all." So what I'm going to do is take and remove the letters themselves and leave the outer portion. So that way it turns it into a paint stencil. Very easy to do, and I really enjoy painting this way because I want to learn to hand letter, but I can't. I'm not that skilled with a paintbrush to sit there and try to hand letter something like this. But we're gonna do the green glitter, which is called the Emerald Mix from Hobby Lobby. I figured that would stand out really pretty on this orange background, because I just like orange and green for fall and browns and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and remove the excess. So tomorrow I have to be at the hospital at 6 a.m. and I will be getting a septoplasty, which is to fix my deviated septum, so hopefully I will be able to breathe and not have headaches, because at this point I've been on antibiotics for almost 2 months straight and I can't get rid of the sinus infection, and then I'm getting sinuplasty. What they're going to take and do is fix the turbinates that are in this part of my nose, and they're going to take and shave. They're going to use, I think, the balloon sinuplasty method to open up the sinuses that are up here and in here, and then they're going to take and shave off some of the bones so that way the sinuses don't close up again. So it's pretty intense. My husband's stressed about it. He took a week of vacation off to be able to take care of me, so I have someone taking care of me, so y'all don't have to worry about that. But I mean, I just haven't had a whole lot of energy. I'm tired all the time. I mean, when you're constantly sick, it's hard to want to do anything. So right now I accidentally stuck my transfer tape down. So I'm just removing it back so I can lay it down smoothly onto my vinyl. See, y'all, I've told y'all before, I make mistakes just like anybody else when we're doing these projects. I mean, I am nowhere near perfect at doing this. I've done it a long time, and I do quite a few projects, but I am not perfect by any means. And I like to have lots of excess vinyl around so that way I can take, and if I get messy with the paint, you can't tell. So now I'm just taking and kind of eyeballing the center, because it doesn't have to be exact on here. So I'm going to take my squeegee, which is available on the website. So is the transfer tape, the vinyl, the pick. So if you're interested in any of that, check out the website. All web orders will still be going out. And if you have any questions or concerns, you can email or call the store, because as I said, I will be out of commission. So unless I have just a wild hair at my butt that day and I'm feeling okay, there won't be any posts like on Facebook or YouTube or anything like that, because part of my surgery is like they're going to be putting drains and stuff in, and those will be, I will have them removed about a week or so after the surgery. So I don't think that I will want to be on camera at that point. And I'm gonna try to get some rest so that way my surgery will actually do what it's supposed to, and because typically in the past when I've had surgeries, I am not a good patient at all. When I had my wisdom teeth, I ended up giving myself 2 dry sockets because the day, not even the day after, the day I had my surgery, I went back to work. Because I am not good at sitting there doing nothing. I like to work. So, right now I'm just removing the transfer paper off, and you can take and save and reuse this if you're careful with it. Making sure everything sticks down well, which with this being a painted surface, it sticks beautifully. And you can take and do your letters on top in vinyl. I don't want people to get discouraged and say, well, I don't want to have to sit there and paint all that. You don't have to. You can take and vinyl, just paint that background and vinyl the rest, or you could even try to wrap and vinyl the entire thing. And you could use heat transfer on it to get you a super glittery letter. There's something therapeutic to me about paint. And see, that piece of transfer tape is good to use on another project. So now I'm just double checking, making sure everything's smooth, so you can take and see all my letters are down well on my board, which again, the board was like $6 from Hobby Lobby. So I'm going to take my Master's Touch in grass green and squirt some into a styrofoam bowl because I don't like to waste. And I'm going to use the green as my background color, so that way if the glitter, it has something to adhere to. So we'll go ahead and get the coat of paint on here. Nice and smooth. Which again, that's, as you can see, I'm not nice and neat with this. I like to be able to get the glitter on and be done with it. And I still have to take and trim out the edges of the pumpkin and add some highlights and stuff like that. But this is the basic premise of it. And if you just left it like this, it would be absolutely adorable. You can get as fancy and creative with a project like this as you want to. So, but with my surgery happening in the middle of the school year, it's kind of hard because I have to have other people do my job for like PTA, because next Friday's homecoming and I'm in charge of concession stands. Well, I won't be able to be there for that. So, which always is a little scary to me, to make other people do my job. I'm gonna add a little bit more green paint since I have it out up here on the top to kind of even out my stem. Because this was raw wood, so whenever you're using raw wood like that, it can soak up the paint. So now what I'm going to do is take the emerald glitter, sprinkle it all over. Shake off the excess. We'll set that to the side for a second so we can take and replace the extra glitter back in the box, back in the container. And this is just, as you can see, a piece of, what is that called? Poster board. It actually came with my Teflon, not my Teflon sheets, my parchment paper that I use for doing the direct to garment, and I keep them to use to paint on. So As you can see, everything, all the letters and stuff are covered by the paint and the glitter. So now what we can do is take and grab the edge of the vinyl, and we can go ahead and remove the vinyl. Now I'm going to try to be careful so that way my lines stay nice and crisp. I don't know about y'all, but whenever I remove the vinyl off of stuff like this, it's so satisfying to see the nice crisp letters. And we will set that to the side. And we will take and remove the centers. And one of the things I like about, I think this is the Bromelo font, is that most of the letters don't have centers, and it's pretty easy get this to remove the excess. And I'll show you it once I get all the little centers removed. But again, this is just the Bromelo font. I think is what I used. I can't remember. I use so many different fonts all the time. Which changing your font is probably one of the easiest and best ways to change the look of a project. And there are so many great ones out there for personal use, and you can also buy commercial licenses. I take and buy commercial licenses so I can use the fonts and SVGs and stuff like that I sell. We have tons of cute new Halloween SVGs on the website as well, so go check those out. Trying to keep up to date with everything, but again, when you've been sick this long, it's very difficult to stay on top of everything. So that's what it looks like right now. Isn't that adorable? So what I'm going to take and do is I think I'm going to take a little bit of my black paint and I'm going to put it in a bowl over here, and I have a little detail brush right here, and I'm just going to take and kind of go ahead and trim out my stem. Kind of the way a pumpkin would look. And then take a little bit more, and where there are humps in the pumpkin, because it has the outside shape, add some lines in just to give it a little bit more detail. So just remember, keep my husband in your prayers, because for him this is going to be difficult. I am not a good patient at all. I feel really bad for him. Okay. So, that is the finished project. Now what I'll probably take and do is add a nice pretty bow around this stem, and I think I'm going to take some sandpaper once this is dry and kind of fade out the black a little bit so it's not so harsh. Maybe add some white in there as well. But that is pretty much it. Remember, we will be doing another scrap box drawing on the 4th of November, and we have an awesome box for that. So if you like and subscribe to or just subscribe to our YouTube channel, that's one. If you take and like and share a Facebook page, that's 2. If you take and follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, that's another entry. And any purchases made online or in store also count towards it. Remember, I will post as soon as I can, and thanks, and y'all have a great day.